Hello class, today we are going to study about parts per million, which is also known as ppm. So coming to definition, first see the term parts per million. It is giving some definition, it is expressing something. See here, parts means what is the gram of solute, what part of the solute is present in. Per means we know, per means unit, right? So what gram of solute is present in 1 million of the solution? What do you mean by million? We know million means 10 to the power 6. So what will be the definition? Gram of solute present in either 10 to the power 6 gram of solution or 10 to the power 6 ml of solutions. See, if the solution is expressed in mass, then we will give gram of solution. If the solution is expressed in volume, then we will give ml of solution. And we know solution is made up of solute plus solvent. So it is the total volume, okay, either total mass, combining the or it is adding the solute and solvent, right? So now coming to the now see the formula of parts per million. If the solution is expressed in gram, or then the formula will be mass of solute in gram divided by mass of solution in gram into 10 to the power 6. That means million. If the solution is expressed in ml, that is volume, then the mass of solute in gram divided by volume of solution in ml into 10 to the power 6 will be the formula of parts per million. Now the question is, why we are studying about parts per million? Why some concentration is expressed in the form of parts per million? Why weight by weight or weight by volume is not enough to express? Why we are using the parts per million? So the answer is, see, if the solution concentration is very low, that means if the solution is very dilute, or we can say if the solute present in that solution is in trace amount, in very less amount, okay, that is in another way it is termed as, it is said as dilute solution, right? So very dilute solution, right? So for such a dilute solution we use parts per million concentration. To express their concentration we use parts per million. Why so? So one example I want to show you. See here, suppose you have 100 ml suppose you have a 100 ml beaker, and on that 100 ml beaker you have a solution which is containing 2 gram of solute. So how you will express? It is easy. You will express in the form of percentage weight by volume, that is 2%. What is mean by percent? Percent means out of 100 how much gram of solute is present. So if you see 2% weight by volume means what? 2 gram of solute is present in 100 ml of solution, right? But you have another beaker, 100 ml beaker with 100 ml solution which is containing, or in which 0.0002 gram of solute is present. See, 0.002 gram of solute is present in 100 ml solution means the solution concentration is very low. That means the solute is present in trace amount in that 100 ml solution. So if you try to express in weight by volume, then how much you will get? 0.0002%, which is not relevant to express, right? Which doesn't seem good to express. So to express in a right way, to express in a correct way, to express in a respectable way, what we do, we will express the concentration of such a dilute solution in parts per million. How? Thus you have 0.002 gram, means that's a solute, mass of solute in gram 0.002, and you have the volume of final solution 100 ml, volume of final solution 100 ml, just keep it 100 ml and multiplied it by 10 to the power 6, and then you will get how much? 2 parts per million. So now see, it looks good, 2 parts per million. So similarly in the weight by volume for the high concentration solution, 2% weight by volume. Now for a very dilute concentration also we have some expressions, we have some another means of expressing this concentration of very dilute solution, that is parts per million, 2 parts per million. So if whenever you see the 2 parts per million, then you should know that it is explaining us that in 1 million or 10 to the power 6 ml solution, final solution, you have 2 gram of solute. Remember one thing, 10 to the power 6 ml is not a solvent, it is a final solution. Okay, so that's why I expressed here solution equals to solute plus solvent. So the final solution 10 to the power 6 ml is containing 2 gram. This is what the 2 parts per million is expressing. So 10 to the power 6 ml means what? 1000 into 1000 ml. Here I have forgot to write one more zero. I'll add it. 1000 into 1000 ml. So what does 1000 in 1000 ml means? It means what? 1000 liter. So 2 parts per million is giving us 2 information. In 10 to the power 6 ml or 1 million milliliter solution, you have 2 gram solute, or in 1000 liter you have 2 gram solute. This is all about the parts per million. Now coming to the numerical. So now coming to the numerical, here we have first numerical where if 60 milligram of lead Pb was found in a 3 liter sample of water, how many ppm would this be? See, so we need to find out the parts per million of lead present in a final solution 3 liter. So we have the final volume of solution, that is 3 liter, and we also have the mass of solute which parts per million we need to find out. So mass of solute also we have 60 milligram. So just put on the formula 60 milligram divided by 3 liter into 10 to the power 6, and we know the mass of solute should be expressed in gram and volume of solution should be expressed in ml. So change the milligram in gram and change the liter in the ml, and we'll get the parts per million. The final answer will be 20 parts per million. See, now one more very important question here we have here. Let's read what the question is saying. In the limit test of sulfate, 5 ml of 0.0181% potassium sulfate is taken, which is diluted to 100 ml. What will be the concentration of sulfate ion in parts per million? So if I'll try to explain it in an easier way, then what this question is explaining us is, you have 0.018% potassium sulfate. It can be 1 liter, it can be 3 liter, whatever, but the concentration is 0.018%. This means in easy way we will explain, we know that in 100 ml of potassium sulfate solution, 0.018 gram potassium sulfate is present, right? Percent means, right, same thing, no? If you got 80% marks in math means what? Out of 100 you got 80 marks, right? Similarly 0.0181% means out of 100 ml 0.018 gram of potassium sulfate is present, is dissolved there. Now 5 ml of this solution is taken in another beaker, and that 5 ml solution is now further diluted with the help of water to 100 ml to make up, this is like making of the volume. And the main focus you should have is what will be the concentration of sulfate ion in parts per million. See, it is not asking the concentration of potassium sulfate in parts per million. It is just asking the sulfate ion concentration in parts per million, not the whole compound. Okay, so step by step we'll go. First let's find out how much 5 ml solution, this 5 ml solution, how much or how many gram of potassium sulfate is present in 5 ml solution. We know in 100 ml solution 0.018 gram of potassium sulfate is present. Then in 5 ml solution, how many potassium sulfate will be present? Obviously lower than this. So how much? We'll find out here. See here, 0.018% weight by volume potassium sulfate means in 100 ml of solution contains 0.018 gram of potassium sulfate. So how much 1 ml will get contain? You will divide by 100. Then out in 5 ml, obviously it will be more. So into 5. So you will get 0.00905 gram of potassium sulfate, which is less than previous, means in 100 ml. So in this 5 ml, you have this much gram of potassium sulfate. Okay, but here the question is you have to find out sulfate ions ppm, and we know the formula of ppm is mass of solute in gram. So if you want to find out the ppm of sulfate ion, you should know the mass of sulfate ion in this solution. Now we already know the mass of potassium sulfate, but potassium sulfate ppm is not asking, it is asking the ppm of sulfate ion. So you need to find out the gram of sulfate ion present in this. So how you will find out? First you should know one reaction. That reaction means like how potassium sulfate will dissociate. Like potassium sulfate will dissociate by giving 2 potassium and the 1 sulfate ion, we know. And we know the molecular formula of sulfate ion. Oxygen 4, 18 into 4 plus sulfur molecular weight, you will, if you will add it, you will get 96. And likewise potassium you will get. And from where potassium sulfate, and if you add these two, you will get 174, right? If it is not given the molecular weight of potassium sulfate also, you will know. So what does this derivation, this reaction is, this molecular weight relation is giving us is 174 gram of potassium sulfate. 174 gram of potassium sulfate will give us 96 gram of sulfate ion. Okay, so how many gram of 0.00905 gram of potassium sulfate will give sulfate ion? That we should know. So if 174 gram of potassium sulfate will give 96 gram of sulfate ion, then 1 gram will give 96 divided by 174, obviously less. Now we need to find out 0.00905, then multiply by 0.00905, then we will get how much? 0.00499. This means potassium sulfate, 0.00905 gram of potassium sulfate contains 0.00499 gram of potassium sulfate ion. This means in this final beaker you have this much amount of sulfate ion present. Okay, now you have the gram of mass of sulfate ion in final solution, and you know the final volume of solution, that is 100 ml diluted to 100 ml. So that is the final volume. So now it is easy to find out the parts per million of the sulfate ion by using this formula. So mass of solute in gram of, the question is about sulfate ion. If the question was for the potassium sulfate, then you must have put the weight of potassium sulfate 0.00905 here instead of sulfate ion mass. But the question is of parts per million of sulfate ion. That's why you need to find out the mass of sulfate ion in this. So to find out the mass of the sulfate ion, that is the solute, and then divide by the final solution and multiplied by 10 to the power 6, 1 million. It is approximately around 5 parts per million. Now let's see the another question. In the limit test of sulfate, standard solution is made as follows: barium chloride 15 ml, distilled water 55 ml, 20 ml alcohol, sulfate free alcohol is mixed with the solute 5 ml of 0.018% potassium sulfate, which is made up to the 100 ml distilled water. up to means what? The final volume is 100 ml. What is the sulfate ion concentration in parts per million? See, this question is confusing us with barium chloride, distilled water and sulfate-free alcohol. So step by step we'll know. I have just explained it, that the procedure is same. See, first you have 0.018% potassium sulfate. This means out of 100 ml you have 0.0181 gram. You have here in 100 ml solution 0.018 gram of potassium sulfate like before. Now out of 100 ml you are taking the 5 ml. See here, 5 ml of 0.018% potassium sulfate is taken. Now in this 5 ml of solution you are adding other reagents like barium chloride, water, alcohol, and the final volume was make up or diluted to 100 ml, and the volume was make up to the 100 ml. So see here, these things are nowhere our interest, okay, because we need to find out the concentration of sulfate ion. So just in the final volume, how much sulfate ion concentration, how much sulfate ion is there, how many grams of sulfate ion is there, because parts per million of if you want to find out the parts per million of sulfate ion in final solution, what is the formula of parts per million? Mass of solute, here the solute is sulfate ion, so mass of sulfate ion in gram divided by volume of solution in ml. You have the volume of solution, that is 100 ml final solution. Now just we need to find out the mass of sulfate ion in this final volume. How you will find out? Same way, you have the potassium sulfate. Out of 100 ml, if you have 0.018 gram of potassium sulfate, then out of 5 ml how much potassium sulfate will be there? So that will be the potassium sulfate gram, that will be the mass of the potassium sulfate. Now you need to find out how many sulfate ions, gram of sulfate ion is present in that solution. So finally you will get the parts per million. So it is same, the answer will be the same like the previous one, same like the previous one. In the next question, you are required to prepare 5 ml solution of ferrous iron using FeSO4.7H2O, which molecular weight is 278 gram. What will you dissolve to make 100 ml of solution? What the question wants to say is that you have to use ferrous sulfate .7H2O powder, okay, to make 100 ml of solution, and you have to use such a gram of ferrous sulfate .7H2O of solution. So you are required to prepare 5 parts per million solution of iron using FeSO4.7H2O with molecular weight 278 gram. What will you dissolve to make 100 ml of solution? See, what the question want to say is that you are using this powder FeSO4.7H2O some gram to prepare 100 ml solution in such a way that the concentration of iron in this 100 ml solution should be 5 parts per million. So question is asking how much gram of ferrous sulfate .7H2O should be dissolved in 100 ml such that the concentration of iron in that solution must be 5 parts per million. So let's find out in 100 ml of solution, to prepare 5 parts per million, what should be the mass of iron? So for that you have easy formula, 5 parts per million of iron equals to mass of iron in gram divided by volume of solution, final solution 100 ml. So you will get the mass of iron 0.005 gram. So in this final solution, the mass of iron to prepare 5 parts per million, the mass of iron must be 0.005 gram. So we know in the final solution, 100 ml solution must contain 0.005 gram of iron. So now with this relation, with this 0.005 gram of iron, we have to find out how much FeSO4.7H2O gram should be dissolved in 100 ml. How? So we should know how the FeSO4.7H2O dissociates. It dissociates in this manner: Fe++ plus SO4 minus minus plus 7H2O. So what will be the molecular weight? The molecular weight of FeSO4.7H2O is already given, 278. So how you will find out the iron? Suppose if you don't know, then you can easily find out the water molecular weight of 7 water. Then find out the sulfate, oxygen 18 into 16 into 4, sulfur also you find out, then you will get 96. Then just subtract the 278 total with the 96 and 126 and you will get the 56. No need to by heart the molecular weight of iron. Okay. Now what we know from this equation is, from this reaction is, to produce 56 gram of iron, 278 gram of FeSO4.7H2O is required. So to produce 0.005 gram of iron, how much gram of FeSO4.7H2O will be required? That you should need to find out. So it's easy. For 56, 278 gram of FeSO4.7H2O is required. Then for 1 gram, 278 divided by 56. Then for 0.005, just multiply with the 0.005. Then you will get the FeSO4.7H2O. So this means what? The weight required, FeSO4.7H2O weight required is 0.00248. This means that if you dissolve 0.00248 gram of FeSO4, so sorry I forgot here to write dot 7H2O. 7H2O, this powder, if you dissolve this much weight of powder in water and make up the volume to 100 ml, then 100% your concentration of iron in that solution will be 5 parts per million. See the another question, it's also easy. You are required to prepare 5 parts per million solution. The final solution must have 5 parts per million solution of lead, Pv, by using the powder PbNO3 twice dot H2O, which molecular weight is 308. Then at what weight will you dissolve PbNO3 dot H2O dissolve to make the 100 ml solution? This means same question like previous. This means how much gram of PbNO3 twice dot H2O must be dissolved in a water and diluted to 100 ml in such a way that the final volumes must have the concentration of lead 5 parts per million. What we should do? First we should know the final concentration for final concentration to be 5 parts per million, how many gram of lead must be there. Okay, after finding out the PV, then another important thing we should know is how the PbNO3 twice dot 2H2O will dissociate. Now if the molecular weight of the whole compound will be 308 gram, then NO3 you will find out. Okay, oxygen 16, nitrogen 14, then you will multiply and then you will find out the total NO3 twice will contain the molecular weight, and just subtract the 308, then you will get the PV or lead molecular weight 207. So the same way like the iron you find out, same way you will do for this question. Now coming to the next question. See, in the limit test for lead, 10 ml of solution containing 0.0134 gram 43 gram of PbCl2 per liter. This means there is a beaker of 1 liter solution which is containing this much gram of PbCl2. So from that 1 liter solution you are taking out 10 ml of solution. You are using 10 ml of solution. So if in 1 liter 0.01343 gram of PbCl2 is present, then you need to find out in 10 ml how much gram of PbCl2 will be present. Okay, obviously it will be less, yes. Now acetate buffer 2 ml, thioacetamide reagent 1.2 ml were also added and solution was made up to the 50 ml. Up to 50 ml means what? Final volume is 50 ml. What will be the concentration of Pb in parts per million? So to find out the concentration of Pb in parts per million, we have the final volume of solution. Just we need to find out is what should be the mass of Pv in the final, right? Final solution, right? So to find out the mass of Pv in final solution, first let's us find out in 10 ml how much PbCl2 will be present. So if you'll find out in 10 ml how much PbCl2 will be present, then from the equation of PbCl2, this reaction PbCl2 will dissociate. How much? 278 gram of PbCl2 will give 207 gram of Pb++. Okay, from there you will get in 10 ml how much Pb++ is present. So if you get the mass of Pb or lead in 10 ml, that means out of 100 ml, because the 10 ml you are using 10 ml of the solution you are using to make the final volume 50 ml, right? So from that mass of the Pb will be you will get on the volume of the solution you already have 50 ml, multiply by 10 to the power 6, you will get the final parts per million. Similarly, one more question. In the limit test of iron, you are provided with 0.005% solution of iron sulfate, molecular weight 152. What volume of this solution will you take to prepare 10 ml standard iron solution containing 5 parts per million? See, the question is easy. You are required to prepare 0.05% solution of, this is the last question. In the limit test of iron, you are provided with 0.005% solution of iron sulfate, molecular weight 152. What volume of this solution will you take to prepare 10 ml standard iron solution containing 5 parts per million? This means your final solution which you require to prepare must contain 5 parts per million iron. So, and the final volume is 10 ml. So with this volume and 5 parts per million relation, we can find out the mass of iron required in the final volume. So if you get the mass of iron, with this relation, you will get the how much gram of ferrous sulfate is required to prepare 10 ml of solution containing 5 parts per million iron. So now you have gram, but the question is not asking about the gram of ferrous sulfate required. It is asking about volume of the ferrous sulfate solution required. Just a rough sketch I have written in the rough of this question. See here, you have 5 parts per million final solution, iron in gram you need to find out, and the final volume is 10 ml. Suppose you got iron in gram x gram. Suppose I didn't calculate it, x gram. Now you know 56 gram. For 56 gram, to produce the 56 gram of iron, you need 152 gram of ferrous sulfate. Then for x gram, how much is required? You will get few gram of ferrous sulfate. Okay, so now you have the ferrous sulfate. Now, so also one more thing is given here. In 100 ml, it contains 0.005 gram of ferrous sulfate. So 0.005 gram of ferrous sulfate, suppose this be Y, this be Y. So for 0.05 gram of ferrous sulfate, 100 ml ferrous sulfate solution is required, volume. Then how much Y gram of ferrous sulfate, how many ml of ferrous sulfate solution will required to dissolve Y gram of ferrous sulfate, you will find out. So this is how the parts per million numerical will be solved. Thank you class. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you.